The immortal Sungun exploits of President Kim Il-sung, who defeated two imperialisms in one generation with arms and built a socialist career with admiration of the world. The mighty arms of Korea under the leadership of Kim Jong-il, the Sungun general. Arms of Korea. Mount Baekdu, the sacred mountain of revolution. The Korean Revolution began here and advanced triumphantly with arms. President Kim Il-sung, who set out on the revolutionary struggle in his teens to liberate the nation from the Japanese colonial rule, authored a Juche-based Sungun idea and led the anti-Japanese armed struggle to victory. The place where the anti-Japanese People's Guerrilla Army was founded 70 years ago. President Kim Il-sung, who had put forth the line for armed struggle at the Mingwei meeting, founded the anti-Japanese People's Guerrilla Army on April 25, 1932, on the tableland at Tuchi-dan, Shashahe, Anta County. All he had at the time when he started revolution against the Japanese was the two pistols, the remains of his father, who had devoted his life to liberation of the nation and emancipation of proletarian masses. Arms to arms. This was the motto of the anti-Japanese People's Guerrilla Army, young yet ever victorious in battles against million-strong Japanese forces armed to the teeth. Safeguarding the leader is the primary mission of arms and the kernel of the Sungun revolutionary tradition. Let us defend the headquarters of revolution at the cost of our lives. The slogan that the Oh Jung-up-led 7th Regiment of the Korean People's Revolutionary Army soldiers shouted luring the enemy, disguised as the Korean People's Revolutionary Army headquarters, seems to be still lingering in our ears. Kim Jong-suk, the anti-Japanese war heroine, set an example in safeguarding the leader. In the Dashahe battle, when she found the Japanese soldiers taking aim at Commander Kim Il-sung, made herself a shield to defend him and shot him to death at a critical moment. The Korean People's Revolutionary Army attacked Bocheonbor as a part of its operation to advance into the motherland. The gun report heralded the approach of the national liberation. The flames of fire filled the hearts of the oppressed people with a firm conviction that Korea was still alive and the independence could be achieved when the whole nation rose up in arms against the Japanese. Kim Il-sung, the partisan commander who led a 20-year-long anti-Japanese war to victory and had the Japanese imperialists surrender on August 15, 1945, made a triumphal return home. With an insight into the grave situation of the country right after the liberation, he foresaw the nation's split and paid a deep attention to strengthening of the independent defense capability. So pleased he was with the first Tommy guns made by the Koreans themselves that he himself did a demonstration firing. The Korean People's Army parade on February 8, 1948 was a manifestation of its development to regular armed forces, inheriting the traditions of the anti-Japanese armed struggle. On June 25, 1950, the U.S. imperialists started an aggressive war against a 2-year-old Democratic People's Republic of Korea as their first step to attain world supremacy. Kim Il-sung, the Korean People's Army Supreme Commander, saying that the Yankees started the war looking down upon the Koreans, ordered the Korean People's Army go over to immediate counteroffensive. Following his order, the Korean People's Army advanced to the south like raging waves. The U.S. imperialists, who bragged about their numerical and technical superiority and dreamed of glorious victory, have been brought to their knees and are now going downhill. One of the U.S. Army generals confessed that the United States tasted the most disgraceful defeat in its history. The DPRK's victory over the United States, the world's strongest, was a shining triumph of arms of justice in the hands of the army and people led by brilliant Commander Generalissimo Kim Il-sung. The U.S. imperialists, instead of drawing a lesson from their defeat in the war, tried to unleash another war in Korea in 1960s. In hearty response to the call of the Workers' Party of Korea to build up economy and defense simultaneously, the Korean people took rifle in one hand and hammer or sickle in the other. Everybody was armed and the whole territory fortified. Arms of Korea showed no mercy to the trespassers to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea's territory, sky and sea, no matter where. The U.S. armed spy ship Prevailor was captured by the Korean People's Army Navy on January 23, 1968, while conducting espionage activities deep in territorial waters of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The then U.S. President Johnson, vociferating about the nuclear retaliation, hurled the tremendous aggressive forces to the East Sea of Korea, but had to withdraw with shame, leaving a letter of apology. It was only possible by the might of arms of Korea, which enabled her to answer that she would return retaliation for retaliation and an all-out war for an all-out war. America has never won any bout with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, has it? Please mind, today a GI is returning home in the coffin, but tomorrow the United States might take his place. The youth of Korea know too well that leader Kim Jong-il's bosom is their home, and therefore joined the army ready to defend the leader at the cost of their lives. Kim Jong-il has an iron will that arms should never be laid down as long as there is imperialism on our planet, the seat of war. He says, I assert army-first policy. I attach great importance to arms. I love arms the best. I'll always stand with arms against imperialists and reactionaries' reckless sword wielding. Otherwise, I wouldn't be called the soldier of the great leader and the son of Mount Baekdu. With a firm resolve to glorify the socialist fatherland as an independent power, Kim Jong-il started his Sungun leadership of revolution, inspecting the Korean People's Army Guard's Seoul Ryugyong-su Tank Division No. 105 on August 25, 1960. In order to arm the whole army with the leader's Sungun idea and train it into one matches 100-strong forces, Kim Jong-il was together with President Kim Il-sung on the way to the front line inspection. The army and people ready to follow General Kim Jong-il faithfully are cheering his election as Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army and Chairman of the Defense Commission of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Defend socialism and we'll win, lose it and we'll die. This is the concept that has been brought home to the Korean People's Army soldiers who hold higher the arms of national defense. Unexpected demise of President Kim Il-sung, father of socialist Korea, successive natural disaster, and manifold economic difficulties. In addition, the U.S. warhawks turned the whole territory of South Korea into a large nuclear arsenal and staged nuclear war rehearsals annually against the DPRK. Having crushed Afghanistan and Iraq in the name of anti-terrorism after the September 11th incident, the Bush administration pinpointed the DPRK as the next prey and is obsessed with hysterics of economic and military sanctions. Don't expect any change of me. This is Kim Jong-il's invariable dictum. With his assaulting mettle, he holds faster to arms and continues the long Sungun march to consummate the revolutionary cause of Chuche opened up by President Kim Il-sung. How many times did he drive along the winding rough roads on the Cheol Pass, High to 1211, Mount Osung, and numerous others on the front line? How many nights did he spend awake in his field car? Under its wings, the Korean People's Army grew up as powerful revolutionary army. In the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, there are many families of soldiers. The oneness of the people and the army, united firmly behind the leader, is the Sungun Korea's might, more powerful than the nuclear weapons. Korea was occupied by foreign forces 100 years ago because all she had to defend herself was a few firelocks. But she is now a nuclear power with every means of attack and defense. Sungun Arms is a guarantee for national reunification and prestige and an invincible weapon defending the world peace. The historical North-South Summit and signing of the June 15th Joint Declaration, ministerial talks, and multi-channeled dialogues between the North and the South with heated atmosphere for reunification, all wrought by Sungun Arms. At the exciting moment of railway relinking between the North and the South, after half a century-long separation, those from the South said that the Sungun politics of the North was hastening the day of reunification and removing the cause of war in Korea. These Sungun years witnessed expression of full respect for leader Kim Jong-il by the President of the U.S., a hostile country. The former U.S. President Jimmy Carter, during his visit to the DPRK, agreed to the fact that the nuclear issue must be settled by means of talks, and the State Secretary Albright reaffirmed to carry out the DPRK-U.S. agreed framework for improvement of the relations between the two countries. Mass media of different countries say the Sungun politics is the most reasonable politics to safeguard and develop socialism in today's troubled situation of the world. To leader Kim Jong-il, nothing is impossible. He has driven the U.S. into a corner in the conflict between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the United States. There lies the greatness of the Sungun politics in the fact that the Democratic People's Republic of Korea during her most difficult period has brought the U.S. the strongest opponent to its knees without gunshot. A foreigner wrote in his lines, "Now open the map and look for Korea, a beautiful land. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea with dignified arms rising over the hammer, the sickle, and the brush. You will see a nation on the long march holding arms high behind the Sungun General Kim Jong-il. You will see Sungun Korea opening up a new world." All forward in Sungun Revolution. The unconquerable Korean People's Army, a reliable defender of the nation, is marching proudly. The future of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, advancing with Sungun arms toward reunification and prosperity, will be adorned with glory and victory, a three-color flag fluttering high up in the blue sky.